Okay, so it seems like it is finally official. We now know 100% what Twice's kit is going to be. Now, previously, I did talk about the leaks. I talked about, what his kit was potentially going to be. We did kind of already know some of this stuff, but now it is officially confirmed by Shonen Jump. This is an official source. However, it only posts for the JP side of the player base, so we do have to translate it on Google Translate if you guys want to be able to see what it is all about, right? So I've done that here for you, and once again, the translations are not the greatest, okay? So bear with me. We're going to go through this. We're going to talk about what Twice can do, and I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts and my opinions on the character as we're reading through his kit, and that could, of course, change if we end up pulling him and playing him in-game. Maybe I'll think he's better or worse after I've actually used him in the game. So when does Twice come out? First off, he comes out on the 21st of February. That is just a few days away, so be ready for that banner. Hopefully you guys have your roll tickets saved up. If you were able to save them up before they took away the premium login bonus, hopefully you've been doing the events where you can get the roll tickets. If not, well, you could always purchase them. But yeah, I'll leave that to the comments. You guys will say what you will, right? All right, so let's get started with this. Trick Fighter who creates an alter ego. Twice joins My Hero Ultra Rumble. And then down here we have his alpha, his beta, and his gamma. And then over to the left we have his special action. We'll save that for last, right? Because I think his special action is really unique. I think this character is going to be one of the most unique characters in the game, one of the hardest characters to tackle and do well. Aizawa was also one of those characters, and you saw how they fumbled him at the start, so hopefully they don't fumble twice. That's my biggest concern. That's my biggest worry, right? Don't fumble twice. You can't afford another fumble when the game is already like in that stage of, is it gonna live, is it gonna die? I mean, like, if they do well here, it could very well just grow, right, and be a very big thing. But we'll have to see. Also, once again, I'll say it again, I know some people don't want it, some people do. Crossplay would also help the game a lot though, okay? So for the alpha skill, Dagger Shot is what it's called. We did already kind of know this from the leaks that I went over in previous videos. That was like quite a few weeks ago now. However, now we have it officially confirmed, so we kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like. So originally when I saw a Dagger Shot, I thought it was going to be like Toga's throwing of the knives. However, it is going to be different. It looks like it's going to be a different animation. It looks like it's just going to be one-handed instead of two-handed. And then from my understanding, reading this description, it's going to be like a burst rifle, okay? So range attack that throws multiple knives, double tracks at once like a burst shot. That sounds really interesting, okay? I think this will be the first character in the game to have a burst shot like this. Kind of, yeah, off one hand, if it is one-handed and it's actually like a true burst shot. I don't know how many knives he's going to be able to throw at once. I would imagine 2 to 3. We'll have to wait and see. But then it goes on to say individual knives attack the opponent, but it says double tracks. So I'm guessing because it says double tracks, it's 2 knives that go out at once and each one can hit the opponent for a certain amount of damage, and if you hit both you get more damage, right? I'm guessing that's how it's going to work, but let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments on that. And then for the beta skill, it is called Self-Duplicate, and what this is going to do is it's an individuality is what they call it, that creates your own alter ego. And what's going to happen is the clone is going to attack many opponents and then disappears after attacking. Now, it doesn't necessarily say if the clone is going to disappear after a certain amount of damage, which I imagine it would, right? That otherwise you just have an invincible clone running around, or if it disappears after a certain amount of time, which I imagine it might do that too. Hopefully it's not both though, like a time limit and a damage limit. I think it makes sense to just, like, if you're not in combat and you want to run around with your clone just up until you engage in a fight, right? Maybe you should be able to run around with your clone, and then if it takes a certain amount of damage, it gets destroyed. But the big question I have with this is, how are they going to make this work? Is it going to be AI controlled? Is it just going to copy your actions, like, next to you? Like, if they do this well, it could be really, really cool. It could be also really annoying for other players dealing with basically like an AI turret. Like, if you've ever played Overwatch and you've seen Torbjorn's turret, like, it's just annoying, right? So I hope it's not something like that where the AI just tracks enemies like ridiculously. We'll have to see how this ends up working out. Very tough character to tackle, but could have massive payoff for the game, right? So it could be really, really cool if they do it correctly. Just don't fumble it. Don't fumble it, okay? And then for the Gamma skill, it is called Feet Boost. This is going to be his movement ability, right? He looks kind of like Spider-Man right here with the tape flying around the UA Island map. So it says extend the tape measure and attack the hitbox with the knife. So it's like it looks like you extend the tape measure, and then maybe pull to the area and stab with the knife, maybe, or maybe you stay where you are and throw the knife. It's kind of weird. It can also be used as a means of transportation. So there you go. As it can be moved to the tip of, and as you can move to the tip of an extended tape measure. See, there's the translations being kind of weird. But yeah, so you should be able to move to the edge of your tape measure wherever you end up putting it as a movement ability. I'm really interested to see how this works, if it's going to be any good for like vertical movement. It doesn't really say if it's just going to be a horizontal movement ability or if it's going to be horizontal and vertical. We won't really know actually until we see like the previews of the skills, which they usually put out on Twitter like a day or two before. So hopefully I'll get a video up when those do come out. But I'm really looking forward to seeing these skills in action. And then the special skill is called Mad Imitation, and it creates a clone of the person you KO, which is so cool. The clone moves on its own, attacks nearby opponents, and disappears after receiving a certain amount of damage. Okay, so if this clone disappears after receiving a certain amount of damage, I imagine it's similar for the clone you create with Quirk Skill B, but I'm not sure. And my other question is, if we kill someone, we clone them, right? Are we still able to use our beta skill and create a second clone? Are we able to run around with 2 clones as twice? That would be sick. That'd be really sick, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think that's a lot of work for them to put in, but it would be cool. But now you can run around with an extra player on your team, and 4-mans are a thing, because now you can have 2 Bakugos on your team if you want, if you go and kill a Bakugo. Oh man, that's just so toxic. That's crazy. I wonder how much damage it's going to take, if it's just like the normal amount of health or if it's going to be something crazy. I'm so interested in this character. It's one of the coolest characters they can do, right? Okay, so we'll read through the rest of this. Use your dagger shot to damage your opponent from medium to long distances, so he's a medium range character for his alpha. And then while finding opportunities to create opportunities and closing in your opponent at once. Okay, so basically he's going to be a medium to long range character with his alpha, and then his other moves are going to be more close range attacks, ideally, is what it seems like. Fuel boost is effective in close combat. Feet boost, sorry, it looks like feet boost is effective in close combat. So yeah, that's to close the gap, right? You can snowball without giving your opponent any room to escape. Once you knock down your opponent, use special actions to create a clone of your opponent and disrupt the battlefield. It's gonna be fun, honestly. I can't wait. And then here's like a recommended team for you. You have Twice, Yaoyorozu, and Cementos. That seems like such a weird combination. Okay, let's see what they're reasoning. Twice's individuality technique and Yaoyorozu's individuality technique are useless against mid and long range opponents. Okay. I guess that's true. Yeah, you can't use their techniques against mid to long range opponents. They're special. They're talking about the special right here, right? You're not going to be able to clone someone who's a long range opponent easily, and your grab bag doesn't really do anything to the enemy long range opponents. So true, I suppose, but I wouldn't say useless. Okay, let's attack with these people at once while giving the enemy a chance and looking for an opportunity. After the attack, use Yaoyorozu and Cementos' individual techniques to prevent attacks and attacks. I want to use what the heck is this? I can't decipher that, guys. I don't know what I'm doing here with this one. Honestly, translation's so bad. But basically, this is a recommended team. I can kind of understand it because you have defense with her, you have the walls with him in the long range and defense, and then you have Twice for the close up, so Twice can run back to his defensive characters. Be my guess. I don't know what the reasoning is for this. Let me, if you got an idea, why do they pick this team? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. But in addition to Twice coming out, we are of course going to be getting these outfits and Dabi as well, white-haired Dabi. So that's going to be sick. Paper Bag Twice is going to be sick. So a lot of cool stuff. And then My Hero Ultra Rumble plus Ultra Development Secret Story. I don't even want to try to like read through this, but like it looks like this is just something about Deku's quirk skill set, right? So I'm not even going to try to decipher that because that is 100% not translated well. But yeah, that is a lot of good stuff to look forward to, and I will show you guys the banner here real quick just so you can see the date and when it releases, just to kind of reassure you. So these are the upcoming gachas, and you can see right here on the 21st we have Twice coming out with Baghead Twice as well as white-haired Dabi, and then we have these other banners also coming out after that, all for one in season 4. So he is a bit away, but you know, he's going to be very hype when he does come out. And we also get Vigilante Deku then. So that's going to be really, really hype. But let me know how you guys are feeling about Twice after seeing his kit. Of course, I can't wait to see it in practice myself, you know. Let me know if you're looking forward to that. Once again, let me know how you guys are doing on roll tickets. I think that's a big concern of everybody. So I'm interested to see where everybody is at. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.